You're a UGC creator or you want to become one, stick around. So I don't know exactly what you mean here because you're using the word gig in a little bit different of a way than I use it. And I'm actually going to have a resource coming out soon for you guys of all the terms that you should know when you're starting UGC so that like you can understand exactly what stuff is called on Fiverr.com and you can make a lot of money because you can get started right away. So the word gig is the type of listing that you have. So when you create a gig, it's like this little thing with your photo and it says I will blank. So it's an I will statement. So mine's like I will create UGC videos for your TikTok or other social media. It's like telling people what you sell. That's a gig. Okay, it's a little square. And that's where you're going to get all of your orders. So I think what you're asking is like, how do you get your first order? How do you get your first buyer, right? So you're a Fiverr seller, you have a Fiverr gig, the listing, and Fiverr buyers are going to order from you. So how do you get your first order? So that's kind of the lingo and how we should use it so that I know how to answer you guys' questions on my page. So how do you get your first order? Great question. Let me back up. Make sure you created the Fiverr gig. So that listing that says I will blank, and you have to go through all the steps of writing everything and pricing out your services. You'll know if you did it because it takes some time to make it really good. Okay. So make sure your gig is up. Not just like that you created a free account as a Fiverr seller. Like, yes, you have to do that. That's step 1, create Fiverr seller account. Step 2 is create your gig. Okay, so if your gig is up and you're not just talking about how you've created a Fiverr seller account, if your gig is up and it's out there for buyers to be able to purchase from, how do you get that first order? It's impossible for me to predict when you're going to get your first order, okay? So sometimes it takes a little while for people to be messaging you and ordering from you, but here's some things you can do to make sure that your gig is really rock solid, and then that means that buyers would be more likely to message you, more likely to order and follow through, okay? And so check for these 4 things. I've made some videos on this, but it's check that you are cheaper than your competition, so make sure your rates are very comparable and cheap, just like the other new sellers. Make sure you are faster than your competition. So if other people are delivering the videos in 3 days, like it says turnaround time 3 days, make sure yours is like 2 days or 1 day in the beginning. If you've got the time, like literally be like a 24-hour express delivery person, and buyers are gonna be like, I need a video done, I need it done quick, I'm gonna choose this creator, okay? These are ways that you get chosen in the beginning. Number 3, make sure that you really wrote so confidently. That's like my biggest thing. That's the reason my gig has done so well, is because I wrote so confidently about myself. So go check your language. Make sure that if you're reading it, have a friend read it. Make sure that it sounds so confident, okay? And then number 4 is make sure it's brand focused. So the whole gig needs to be about how you're going to serve them. You're there to serve them. It's not about how you hope they order from you. It's all about them.